Let's check in with Steve Leisman as well, get his take on some of these numbers. Steve, what do you think?
I think there's some amazing numbers inside here. And the 6.4%, I think, is a down payment on where we are now for the second quarter. I think everybody spins these ahead right away. But we're in double digits, 10.5%, I think was our latest rapid update. But let me tell you what happened in the first quarter here. Personal consumption expenditures, consumer spending, up nearly 11%, 10.7%. With the goods side up 24%. Services side a little bit, very muted actually, up 4.6%. And that's going to change. You're going to get the goods sector hopefully coming down as the service sector comes back up. We get a little more balance in there. The reason I think we didn't get the whisper numbers, because those numbers were strong and as strong as expected. The reason we didn't get the whisper numbers, I think that Rick was talking about, was this decline here in fixed investment, down 5%. And the nut on that, let me just take a quick look here, was the structures down 5%, and a big part of that. But you did have residential booming. You had non-residential. You had, sorry, was it equipment? No, and equipment doing well too. So there is some investment, some productivity-enhancing investment going on in the economy. And then, of course, you had government up 6%. So all of that is a down payment on, I think, the first installment of 3 good quarters here before we start to settle down as the rebound takes hold and as this big amount of government spending from the Biden administration and probably left over from the Trump administration works its way through the economy, Becky.
Productivity enhancement spending. What is that, Steve? Is that automation? Is that stuff that gets rid of jobs, or is it stuff that enhances jobs?
You know, Becky, this is a great and important question that I have plans to come back to in a more detailed way. But companies, think about your own company, Becky, has spent an awful lot of money on an awful lot of tech out there. And what happens to that stuff later? Goldman Sachs, I did a brief report earlier this week, did a report that said there are 3 aspects, and I hope I can remember all of them, of what's going on right now that is going to lead to greater productivity to the economy. And workplace digitization was one of them. Creative destruction was another one, as well as moving a lot more stuff online. There are shifts going on in this economy as a result of the pandemic, Becky, that will outlast the pandemic. And there is spending going on in the economy that I think is going to help us out later on in terms of all the tech. Just look at Apple's earnings. Are people buying this stuff because it's useless or because it's going to improve our profitability and productivity? And I think the latter is the case.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.